YouTube, I'm back. Guys, I've been slacking. So, but now I'm back on it. And 2023 is gonna be the year I put out more content. I want to be able to do more reactions and continue to dump out more content and continue this project that I'm doing right now. I'm gonna continue investing in this little studio that I have right here. New cameras coming in real soon. Be on the lookout for that. Or well, you're gonna see when it comes. You're gonna see the quality of the camera I'm gonna have. Today we are reacting to the Poor Man's Podcast. Shout out to the Poor Man's Podcast versus the female rapper. This was on the Daily Rapper Crew channel. Shout out to the Daily Rapper Crew. Before we begin, guys, can you guys do me a favor by liking, subscribing, and commenting? I appreciate all the love, support, and without further ado, let's get it cracking.
Get into this next topic. Do y'all think feminism has hurt women or helped women?
Why are you laughing?
Damn.
You got something to say.
What y'all think?
I think it hurt the women who want to be like housewives and, stay-at-home moms.
What percentage of women do you think want to be just housewives and stay at home?
All of them. 80?
85?
Okay, so if it's like over super majority of women, we can say just by that it's hurt women in general. It's because that's a super 80% is like a super majority.
Like 75%.
That's still a super majority.
Yeah.
He said,
With the exception of making like housewives, stay-home moms, exception of having a partner that is financially stable. That's why you're in the house. That's why you're just in the house, like cooking and cleaning and shit.
But then feminism, and Trey, you could probably correct me on this. Wasn't feminism started because women were tired of being the at-home wives and they wanted the same rights and responsibilities?
They were tired.
Yeah, it's because they looked at what happened is those women were looking at the men that they admired and they thought the life of all men was like that man. So they're like, oh, I want to be independent too because I look at the guys that I like, they all making 100.
Yeah, they see that's the thing. Like girls can see like the shiny diamonds and the pearls. They don't know that behind every struggling man, like behind every success, there's like a struggle that you have to go through to get that success. So they don't know that you don't simply wake up. You don't wake up in the morning with a Bugatti. You're not Andrew Tate. You gotta work to get that Bugatti.
100K, maybe I could do it. Turns out you gonna be making 35K folding pans at the Banana Republic. Or slanging macchiatos out of Starbucks for some lifeless corporation that'll fire you and hire somebody else as soon as you die.
So y'all saying it hurt women, the women that want to be stay at home.
If you look at the stats and if you think about it, it did kind of hit women because like women generally didn't have to work. And if you tell me that I have to, like in the average, I think the average medium income for women in the U.S. is like 38,000 to 40,000, 42,000. If I have to work my life to get that kind of money, I might as well just stay home. You might as well just might as well just go to work for me. I don't care. I'll stay home. I'll clean a house for that. 40,000 a year. What? I'll clean a house.
Home moms and stuff like that, for sure.
I can agree a little bit.
Okay, and y'all all three, y'all would prefer to be stay at home.
I definitely would.
I feel that.
Yo, you got the giggles over here. Like, what's up? Like, yo.
No, I feel that though. I would too. Shit, if I was
Can I be a part-time?
Right. You can
wanna
work
be a
from
part-time
home. You can have like
That's most of them anyway.
That's a huge misconception though, because historically speaking, women have always worked, even if you were traditional. Like
That's true. People get the history wrong. Women have been typically working throughout the whole history. Like what it is like they didn't want the suburban white women to work because they had husbands. Like back then, work like wasn't that ready available. We didn't have this boom of economy where you had so many different options to work in places. So if a married woman wanted to go work, she would take the job away from somebody who's like a widow or from like a single mother. So that's why they didn't want married women to go to work because there was enough jobs to facilitate the whole economy, so that the unmarried women could be able to support their family.
Like there have always been women that have contributed to the community. Like that's what women do. Women are the fabric for social, for our social structures. Women kind of put together events. They make sure community is all built together, and when women are in the workforce, it has a huge effect on. Really, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. Feminism was a scam. Y'all got scammed. They wanted y'all to go into the workforce because now you don't have to pay people as much because the workforce doubled.
True.
Then they get to tax double the people.
True.
Now that the women ain't home cooking, you got to go out and buy McDonald's. So
Oh,
it was a
he's speaking
corporation
facts.
technique. And the woman in there was a woman that created some propaganda for Cosmopolitan in the 90s, and she admitted it. She came out, by the way, and talked about it. But she was told to lie about data and statistics to promote a more Sex in the City lifestyle to women because it would sell more magazines, essentially. So women are pretty much, they're just draining y'all resources, money, by getting y'all to go out there and work.
It makes sense. Like if it's like two income families, like it's like you gotta buy 2 cars, you gotta buy like it's two like gas bills, it's like to like to go fill up your cars, like it's 2 apartments. Like keeping men and women single is the best thing a corporation can do because you get paid both ways. You get paid from the men's side, you get to pay from the women's side. But if it's like one family thing, so you guys only have to buy one house, and that is true.
Ladies and gentlemen, Poor Man Podcast in the
Wow.
building. Yo, give it up for Poor Man Podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, dude got the facts, man.
Right.
Out here with the real fucking receipts.
Yeah, what y'all think about that?
I gotta keep it a buck with y'all. These females are bringing nothing of value to this podcast and to this talk. Like they haven't said nothing real. It's been a lot of giggling. You guys chose the wrong. And making fun of freshman fifth of like bringing women on a podcast that are like dumb, and they do sometimes. These girls are doing nothing for this podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna quote.
Feminism. I think it hurt because women these days aren't getting married as much. I mean, they out here working, and it's led to more masculinity in women, which I think is hurting the community as well. So I think I don't really see the positive in feminism, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
There's a lot more depressed women than there was back in the day. Like there's a lot of women on medication and like deleting themselves.
They gotta work now, man.
Yeah.
They gotta pay bills.
There's a lot more
Paying
stress
bills is
on
tough.
women nowadays.
That rent
Right.
is due on the first.
That hurt. That hurt.
That inflation went up.
Word,
man.
that inflation. Come on. Oh, that's you? That's you?
That's why you gotta give it.
Yo, she over here laughing like she got the Joker toxin. Like, you know what I'm saying?
She like, why they talking about me?
Yeah. What you think about this, Jill?
I do think there's a lot of selective feminism because, like, you know what I mean? It's always when it's convenient. When it comes down to, want to get paid more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They cheering and they marching. They in that goddamn line. You know what I'm saying? Roo. But you know what I'm saying? When it's time to put in the physical work, we know men built this shit. And we're not saying that we don't want our women to work. You get what I'm saying? We're not saying we don't want y'all to do whatever y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? But we want that same energy when it comes to the constructive criticism and not being selective when you are being told about it.
And if y'all want equality, yo, get out in these trenches with the men too. Don't just go for the CEO positions. Y'all want the comfortable positions in the office. Y'all don't want to be in the trenches. Y'all don't want to be doing sanitation work. Y'all don't want to do the stuff that actually builds society. But y'all want to be CEOs and tell niggas what to do. Like y'all want to be in them offices. Yo, y'all gotta be out.
Every job with a
If y'all
pizza
want
party. and
equality, y'all gotta be out.
everything.
Y'all gotta be out there in the
Job.
trenches with us too. Like you know what I mean?
Right, bro.
All
I
right,
used to be in the trenches though. Let's never get it twisted. There's some females who actually hustle very hard, and they do be in the trenches, like the real trenches, not the sanitation ones.
What trenches?
The
you in?
corners.
Oh.
And not with your,
I believe that.
not the coochie corners.
What other corners are there? Like I don't know one corner unless he's like selling dope.
Not the coochie corners. Not the coochie corners.
okay.
You was on the corner?
Not the coochie
You
corners.
was on the corner?
Not the coochie corners.
But you was on the corner?
Not the coochie corners.
Which corner? Like,
Yo, sometimes even being a mom is being in the trenches.
Exactly.
Yeah,
not the
bro,
coochie
no,
corners.
being a mom.
Stop it. Being a mom should not be you being in the trenches. Like stop making motherhood so hard. Like you guys make it hard on yourselves. Like come on.
Mom
man.
is a-
Sometimes being a mom is being in the trenches. You gotta make sure your kid, because like I'm
Hey,
saying,
hold on,
like it's
hold
hard
on.
work.
Wait, none of us
Stop
are.
it,
I just
man.
want to know
No, I'm saying in general, not
It's a big responsibility,
It's
bro.
a big responsibility.
One of the
hard
most
work.
important jobs.
Okay, y'all don't know what the hell trenches are like. Like trenches are like dirty, slimy things you gotta do. Like it's called a trench for this reason. It's like it's a trench. Like motherhood should not be. If motherhood's a trench, don't do that shit. It sounds insane to me.
Jobs in the world.
what corner are you referring to, though? Like, that's what I mean.
Not the coochie corner.
Not the coochie
Yeah,
corner.
we're gonna keep saying that.
Yeah, how many times you gonna keep saying
I don't know
that?
what
Nigga?
Not the
What's the
coochie
new-
corner
She gonna say
though.
that 100 times. Like, yeah.
Yeah. not-
Okay, I know she's lying because there's no way she's out here selling like dope. Like you look too sweet to be selling dope. God, yo, why you got a cat for? You got a
What are you
cat.
trying to get at with this, bro?
I just want to know
I'm
if
gonna
she's
get
on the
a shirt
corner
right
with the
now,
hammer.
not the
Like,
Gucci
I
corner.
don't know.
She was on the.
But there was
selling that
people.
rock,
There
bro,
was
you know what I'm
there
saying?
was females who actually hustled hard as well.
That's a
Hustled
fact.
hard. And it's
Heard
men. So
That's a
not the
fact.
Gucci corner though.
I don't know. Every time
Gucci corner.
every time I drive past the construction site,
It
you know,
look-
the women, they got the women flaggers, but I don't see them women up there on them high beams and shit like that.
I
you know
seen
what
very few. I seen they're really.
Oh, you
out
seen
there.
them?
I've seen.
And they're not flagging. They really out there working. Like,
It happens.
So why
It
is that?
happens.
Is it because women don't want to do the job or they won't get hired?
They won't. They don't want to do the
They
job.
don't want to do it.
women don't want.
Even,
on,
even,
man.
in
Women don't
more,
wanna do
no,
no
no, in
dangerous
more
jobs.
No, it's
egalitarian.
not because
Yeah, like
I
in
don't
more
do that.
in more egalitarian societies like Denmark, where there's more quote unquote equality according to some metric or scale that they use to determine that. The women they're more polarized. The women go more towards social jobs like being a nurse or jobs that have to deal
Social
with
worker,
people,
teacher,
while men go into jobs that have to deal with things because those are just the things we're
you don't
interested
feel
in.
like you
Biologically.
guys were talking about construction, right? You don't feel like those jobs, like the people who are in charge of hiring and whatever, or even the construction company, they don't feel like
You know
the
what-
men should have this.
No,
position.
it's because
this is a man's job.
sometimes you guys
You're
are
not
not
gonna hire
capable of physically doing stuff that men do.
I was about to say
And
I was-
that's the reality of it. We don't want to put you at harms, even though you want to try. You gotta try that shit on.
It's not that you want to put them out of harm. It's like it's wasting your money. Like if I had to put a woman in construction work versus a man, the man can do the work 10 times faster than a woman could, just because of the bare force that they have. Like, why would I waste my time and money to invest in a woman when a man can do the job better than a woman could? It doesn't make sense.
On your own and get your practice on. You ain't out here lifting 2x4s. That's just not something y'all could do. You get them lifting
There's
buildings.
some niggas who can't do that either. And they still
Yeah,
have
and them niggas ain't there trying to do it. Women want to try to say, let there be war. They ass is like, yo, send my ass back home.
Yeah, everybody in the kitchen when it's war. When it's war time.
Feminism go out the window. when it's
Everybody want
wartime.
equality until we talk about the
There's
draft.
mad girls in the military. What?
Yeah, but when
92% of the military is men. And 95% of all military deaths. Now I'm sorry.
Can you go?
and we needed that.
So I come with it. Because people be capping. People be saying, like,
What's it-
talking
what's
about
your
the
name?
small minority. What did you say?
What's your name again?
Trey.
That's enough for me. But I don't know, man. This thing was like, I don't know. This thing sound. I mean, shout out to Poorman Podcast. He's like always like on point, but the women on this podcast was like weak, no real value. Girls talking about some she was in a corner. What? You look too sweet to be selling dope. I know crack fiends. Come on, man. All right, YouTube. This was, I guess, fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I didn't have too much fun recording this, but till next time. Dudes.